Alright, my name is Ben Gratzik, and this is my video log for a new student dialogue. And my new student dialogue involved nationality and common stereotypes and race. And it basically began where we all came in, sat down, and said our name, where we're from, and our major here at Clemson. And all we did was we ran around in a circle with that, and then we played a game called the chain game, is what she called it. And the object was for all of us to link arms based on common things that we had all done in our lives. And it was a group of about 35 of us, and one person would stand up and say something that they had done in their life. Like, I said that I had traveled Europe for 2 months, and one girl lived in Europe for the majority of her life, so she related to me in that way. So we were able to link arms and form one chain link of the whole chain. And then of course she would have to say something about herself, and so on and so forth, until we all got linked together, forming one big chain of people. And this exercise pretty much showed us that we're all similar. We all come from different backgrounds, some far away, some right around the corner. And whether or not we come here with friends or possibly family, people that we know, that there's always going to be at least someone that you can relate to, or that you have common background with. And it's pretty cool, the amount of information you can get just from literally talking with someone for 30 seconds. And you realize, hey, like, this person, she lived in Germany. That's pretty cool. And so we talked about that. And then we split up into 3 different groups, and this is kind of cool. Each group, I think, had 10 people in it. So she gave us a topic of cats and dogs. And each group, one group was an argument, the other one was a discussion, and the third one was like a common conversation, like between friends. And our group was pretty vocal. They had a lot of things to say, and it pretty much showed you the difference between talking, like the transfer of information between 2 parties in an argument and 2 parties in a discussion and a normal conversation. And the conversation was more based on something that you would commonly do with a friend or a group of friends, just hanging out, talking about what you did the weekend and how everyone, your group of friends can relate to that. And it showed that the more open-minded you are and accepting someone else's opinion, then the more information that gets relayed between the 2 people. And we then had to do something that I thought was like really awkward. We numbered off 1, 2, 1, 2, so on and so forth, and you paired up with a partner, and each person, without talking to each other, finding out their name, anything, had to make assumptions based on their first observations of the person, which I found like kind of awkward, just because I know a lot of the first impressions that I leave are nothing like who I really am. So I didn't want my observations or assumptions to be offensive and wrong, which this basically proved that your first assumptions and observations off of a person, you're usually wrong your first time. And you know, it was difficult because whenever you make an observation about someone, you say it to yourself in your head. It's not like you're going to go up to that person and tell them, hey, you know, you wear, you know, skateboard shoes, you must be a skateboarder or something like that. You know, you just don't do that. And it was kind of awkward having to say the observations and what you interpreted them as to the person's face. And you know, it really proved the point that you can't judge a book by its cover. You know, you really got to get into it and, you know what it's about or who the person is before you really can start making, you know, judgments. You know, we also got in a group of 4, one of the last things that we did, and went around the room, and around the room there was large poster boards that had different regions of the earth. It either had countries or, you know, just like Middle Eastern you know, areas, and everyone had to write down a certain stereotype or, you know, racist remark that went along with it. And a lot of people, you know, deviated away from the racist remarks, you know, obviously. But some of the stereotypes that people listed were kind of funny, and other ones that they listed were pretty, you know, completely wrong. You know, one girl had said that when she lived in Germany, that they viewed Americans as they always had a cheeseburger with every meal, which was kind of ridiculous to think. But when you think about all the, you know, publicity of like McDonald's, Burger King, all that goes around, you know, that's the kind of image that we build for ourselves, and you know, it's not hard to get caught up in that translation. And this whole exercise basically just really proved that you can't judge something based off the first impression. You know, our what do you call them? I guess teachers was, you know, of course, black, and she asked, you know, if you were to say, if you were had to guess where I was from, you know, of course, everyone would immediately assume like Africa or something. And you know, it turns out, you know, everyone was wrong because she was from the Caribbean. And you know, it's just, you really can't judge something off of, you know, what you see. You kind of got to get to know the person, and everyone's connected. So guess what? It's called Clemson Connect. You know, you find something everyone's connected with, and you know, make friends.